What exactly do we mean when we say the word cuisine? Cuisine means using some type of specific ingredients and cooking techniques which are predominant to a culture of a specific geographical area. That's why when we talk of a cuisine, we refer to a certain part of the world like Asian cuisine or Italian cuisine. As we go near coastal areas, we can see that they have a lot of seafood and dishes, as fishes are just easy to get in that area. Some cuisines have a lot of spices as they are produced more in that area, and some cuisines don't have spices as they were difficult to get or afford for people in that area traditionally. Cuisine from a particular place is one of the biggest elements of their cultural features. Many times it is driven by religious beliefs, like some castes or groups in Hinduism avoid eating meat. Many people are strict vegetarians, and even the ones who eat meat avoid doing so on festival. Let's see how some popular cuisines around the world look like. Due to the widespread of Buddhism, many types of meats were banned by emperors in Japan. Rice and soya bean became a staple food, but seafood was not banned as Japan is an island, and seriously, what would they eat if they banned seafood? Chopsticks were initially just used by noble people as utensils were expensive. Also, spices were expensive, so minimal spices were used. Let's just say it was a hard time to be a Japanese citizen at that time, as the spices and chopsticks less life they had to live. Sushi, which everyone in the Western world is so loving these days, comes from fish preserving. So, during the season, fishes would swim into rice paddies and a lot of fishes were caught. To preserve them, they were salted and kept under weight. This was a Chinese technique. Sometimes the rice was used instead of weight. This rice was thrown away and fishes were eaten. When this technique reached Japan, they started eating the preserved fish along with rice, which was wrapped in a type of seaweed named nori. The fish in this technique is preserved by lactic acid fermentation, which is the same process which happens in yogurt, pickles and other preserved fermented foods. Have you ever wondered why is it so difficult to find an obese person in Japan? Everybody over there seems to be so healthy. Why is that? Basically, they just eat their traditional cuisine. This is made very easy to find. Even at convenience stores, you can find healthier food options which are not just packaged junk foods. Just by a fast food restaurant, you can find a Japanese food restaurant where they serve healthy food options like miso soup, tamagoyaki, Japanese omelette, sushi and some salads on side with some very small portion sizes. Okay, we get the idea. Food's healthy, people are thin, soft, flexing. So, to summarize, they eat overall healthy food with small portion sizes. I said stop. According to an article published by TheLancet.com, Japanese people are now fighting obesity as they are deviating from their traditional food. This is an advice which we all should follow, as our traditional food is based on the ingredients which traditionally belong to our geographical area, and they are the most healthy for us. Mexican cuisine is one of the most vibrant cooking styles. They use simple basic ingredients which, excluding avocados, I find very similar to Indian cooking. Even their flatbreads look really similar to our Indian flatbread. They call it tortillas, we call it rotis. All the tortillas are made with corn flour, which they call as masa harina, and rotis are made with wheat flour. Burritos are just tortillas which are filled with minced meat, and they are the perfect meal to pack and take anywhere. Tacos is something where you can go creative. You can find anything you want, tomatoes, onions, lemons, kidney beans, and just put it in the taco. You can go as creative as you want to. Guacamole. This is the healthiest dip you can ever find. It is made of mashed avocados which are packed with healthy fats, and some spices are added for flavor. Quesadillas are also just tacos which are filled with cheese and sometimes meat, then roasted to melt the cheese inside, and the tortillas are made crispy on the outside. This mostly sounds to me like just a cheese sandwich which is made with tortilla. I know that in this quarantine we have missed pizza and pasta enough that half of us have learned how to make it. But as I learned while doing research for this video, Italian cuisine is way more than just pizza and pasta. In fact, different cities in Italy have different types of cuisines as the country did not unite until 19th century. Milan is famous for risotto, Bologna is famous for tortellini, and Naples is famous for its pizza and spaghetti. Risotto is just fried rice cooked in some type of broth, and it should traditionally be of a consistency which is between gluey and runny. According to chefs, the consistency is very important for a risotto. According to me, a layman, it can be compared with our Indian khichdi. I'm sorry, no offense. Tortellini is a kind of pasta which has stuffing of some sort in it, and then it's steamed and served with a sauce. And I don't think anyone needs any explanation for pizza, pasta and spaghetti. The olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil, which Italians generally use, is one of the healthiest oils for you. It has monounsaturated fatty acids, which are healthy fats. It contains vitamin E and K along with the healthy fats. It also has antioxidants. If you want to know what are antioxidants, check out my previous video. Olive oil has anti-inflammatory properties and it is better for your heart health than any other oils. It is also not associated with weight gain, obesity like other oils. Although olive oil has a lot of health benefits, its smoke point is very low. Hence, it shouldn't be used for higher temperature cooking techniques like frying. But it can be used for mild cooking. A fun fact. Tomatoes weren't introduced to Europe before 16th century as they were found after the discovery of America. What? How did they make their sauces? Well, obviously, we just didn't know tomatoes existed, so we made mint sauce, pineapple sauce, as the tomatoes just weren't discovered. Tell me in the comments below if you find this tomato discovery believable or not. When it comes to Indian cuisine, it can get any diverse than this. We Indians can cook just one roti in tandoor on a pan and on a direct flame and give it different tastes. The food in north of India varies widely with South Indian food. And if you take a look at food from northeastern part of India, you would think that we are not even on the same country right now. North Indian food is all about making different gravies and then adding different vegetables in it. They heavily rely on tandoor, which is a type of oven. South Indian food is many a times fermented rice, lentils and then steamed or fried according to the type of dish which is being made. They also make delicious sambar and chutneys. Northeastern people are really good at baking. When I went to Meghalaya with my sister, I remember we had lamington cake, which is just a yellow vanilla cake coated with chocolate syrup and coconut flakes, which tastes heavenly. Not only that, but they had a lot of other unheard baked goods which I didn't even know existed. Maybe because of just a lack of knowledge about baking on my side, but everything was so delicious. Pitha is the most famous Assamese snack. It is generally made around Bihu festival, which is a harvest festival. Pitha has a crispy outer covering with a sweet chewy sesame filling inside. There are so many unique dishes in the northeast. Rajasthani cooking is mainly famous for its dal bati churma, which tastes so amazing. Batis are crunchy, churma is sweet and dal is spicy. It has a variety of flavors going on. And dhokla from Gujarat is so addictive, I made it like 3 times in 3 days when I learned how to make it. What I love most about these recipes is that how healthy they are. Dhokla is made of chickpea flour, which is packed with a lot of proteins. Well, even if there is a vast difference in all of these cuisines, many of these dishes are brought to flavor by tempering spices, which is a technique, otherwise also known as tadkas. Basically, a tadka is just adding different spices to hot oil and then adding this mix to any dish and making it taste better. If you want to read more about tadkas, I have an article just about it. Although I can go on about Indian cooking for an entire day, let's end the video here. Just tell us how hungry you are after watching this video on a scale of 1 to 10 in the comments below. And consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more of such content.